Hello and welcome to the GrapeSEED official podcast. It's 199, which means it's Cindy's Corner. We're one away from the big 200. Cindy, welcome to the show.
Yay. Wow. 200. Congratulations, Adam.
We actually have recorded 200 already with Miklos. I'm not going to give any spoilers on this podcast, but I will say there is a game that listeners can play along with us while they're listening to the podcast. So definitely look forward to number 200 next week. But before that, Cindy's Corner. Here today, we talked a little bit before we started recording about what the topic was going to be, and today's going to be a little bit more on teacher self-care and helping your just general job and life satisfaction compared to specific, okay, how to teach big books. So let's get into it. Cindy, what's kind of the big topic of the day?
I wanted to talk today a little about habits and routines. Habits and routines are related, but distinct concepts, right? I would say habits are repetitive behaviors or actions often automatic or ingrained over time, right? They can be positive, like exercising regularly, or negative, like nail biting. Routines, on the other hand, are referred to a sequence of activities or tasks we regularly follow in a particular order, oftentimes to manage our day, to accomplish specific goals, get things done, such as morning routine, or we all have our work routine. And habits are more about the action themselves and the behaviors we've developed, while routines involve a structured way we organize these actions within our daily lives. So you can have routines that involve habits. For instance, you have a morning routine that includes drinking a glass of lemon water, as I do, as soon as you wake up. In essence, so habits are building blocks of routines, and routines are composed of various habits and activities that we've chosen to do regularly to create a structure and efficiency in our lives. Why am I saying this? Understanding the difference between habits and routines is essential because it helps us consciously shape and appreciate our daily life. By recognizing how habits contribute to routines, we can make intentional changes to improve our productivity or overall quality of life. Recently, I've been talking to several school managers and teachers regarding some of the challenges they face at work and school. What struck me was that many of them, or most of them, knew that the way they were being treated or the way they were working, the way they had this relationship in work was not necessarily helpful to them or to the ones around them, their families, or nothing positive for their well-being. They never thought of doing anything to take care of it because, quote unquote, they got used to it. And because they were too busy to even give it a thought. Every day was just a rat race. And they were like, okay, I'll just live with this, right? Or maybe it was more like they were unaware of what was actually happening to them. This teacher told me how she always felt like she was unseen, unvalued, undervalued, and yet she was okay with it until she wasn't. And that's when she asked for a coaching session. She wasn't necessarily sure what it was at the beginning of the session when we began talking. But then as we spoke, she gradually said, oh, that's how I'm feeling. And it was time for her to make some actions, make some changes. And several other managers I met also didn't know what and how to work efficiently to make them feel there was something that was not going right. They wanted to work better with their teachers. They are, again, don't misunderstand me. They are all great, loving, caring, most dedicated managers. And because they got so used to taking on all the responsibilities, all kinds of tasks, odd jobs, including handling difficult teachers, different odd jobs just thrown onto their plate, they were feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, demotivated, and they needed to reflect and change how they interacted with the teachers, how they handled their work, their relationship with the school superiors, and that was affecting their work-life balance. And I understand change is painful. Change can be painful because it disrupts our comfort zones and challenges our established habits and routines, which triggers the fear of the unknown. Because us humans, we love routines. Some of us do love surprises. I mean, I do, but not all the time. Having routines makes us feel confident, makes us feel secure, safe, right? We know what's going to happen, and we have a sense of control over things.
And if
However,
things aren't necessarily going very well for us, then a routine that we have can help us kind of just get through it, right? If we know that, okay, I have to teach these 3 classes in a row, and I'm going to not have a whole lot of support from the school on classroom management, and there are these 3 kids in each of these 3 classes that are going to give me problems today and tomorrow and the next day. I know that I've got these classes though, and I've got to do it, so I can just go on autopilot and go through the routine to help me cope with kind of my reality instead of making any moves to actually changing it.
Yes, exactly. And on top of that, when you do have to change though, and that often requires mental and emotional effort to adapt to new circumstances, resulting in discomfort, even resistance.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I'm sad to say goodbye. It was a good day, but now I will say goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.